Welcome back, you guys. I am so excited for today's video because I just created the look of my dreams. I finally got the 2 9-pans from Unearthly Cosmetics in my hands, and I love this so much. So I've already created the look with the Murky Meadow, obviously. I do plan on doing a look with the shadowed Petal as well, and I'm excited to share all of that with you. But not only that, today we will be celebrating my 2-year anniversary here on YouTube, and I'm so excited to share that with you guys as well. And we're going to be doing that by having a giveaway, and you're going to want to see what is in this box. So let's go ahead and get into it. Well, welcome back, you guys. Thank you so much for coming back and for sticking around with me. I really do appreciate it. But if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Heather, and I really do love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands like today's. But if you guys love those things too, I really hope you will stick around and turn on your notifications so that you could be reminded of all my future uploads. So before we get into all of the details about the palette, the swatches, and all of the things, well, the palettes, let's go ahead and talk about the giveaway. So if you've been here for a while and you've participated in one of my giveaways, you probably already know this information. But for those people who are new, I will have a pinned comment down below and a Google form for you to fill out in order to be entered into the giveaway. At the bottom of the form, I will ask for your YouTube name and your real name. That way I can send you the package along with your address. I need the YouTube name as well. It makes it easier for me when I go to share the information on who the winner was. So please list that too. Sometimes people forget, and then I'm not able to let that person know that they won, so then I have to reselect someone. So I just wanted to say that. And also, my giveaway is international. I only ask that you be subscribed to my channel and that you be 18 years or older to enter, because there are like skincare products and things like that in my giveaway, and some parents aren't comfortable with their kids wearing makeup, and I want to respect those parents, so that is why I make sure you are 18 years or older. But two of the things that are in the giveaway are the palettes, both of them. We have the Murky Meadow and the Shadowed Petal. So I got these two in PR, but I bought an extra set. That way I could give it away in today's video. And as you can see, this is quite a full box. We have tons of products in here. I will quickly go through and tell you guys about everything. So one of my favorite things that are in this box is one of the Unearthly Cosmetics Low Lights, and this is the new shade Moth to a Flame. I love it so much. Unearthly Cosmetics is one of my favorite brands, so I did want to include items from them in this box. So this is my Moth to a Flame, and I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. It's really stunning. Beautiful on the face. They have my favorite colored highlight formula. I'm really loving the ones from BLACKMOON now too, but Unearthly is an old favorite that still hits. It is so shiny. It doesn't look flaky or anything like that on the face. It is one of the smoothest colored highlighters I've ever come across. So I did want to include one of those as well. I also have the Just Desserts palette from Ladybug Glow. It was a part of the Ice Cream Beauty Box, but I got one in PR as well. So I just kept the one I got in PR, and I wanted to include this one from the beauty box. Okay, so if you're familiar with my channel, you know one of my top favorite white eyeshadow primers is from Bella Beauty Bar, and one of my favorite glitter glues is from Bella Beauty Bar. So I did want to include two of those, along with a Gourmand Girls lip oil. We have a NARS lipstick, a foiled liquid eyeshadow, and Medusa's makeup lipstick. There's like tons of lipsticks. And we have some skincare from Sea Beauty and a bunch of other skincare things. This is one of my favorite sunscreens, the Unseen sunscreen, an eye brush set, a face brush that's really cute. I have a single shadow thrown in here from Unearthly Cosmetics. And then at the very bottom, we have the palettes. So I know, like, I start every video out with telling you guys how much I love makeup. So to say, like, being able to create these videos and play with my favorite thing and create really fun looks every day is truly just such a gift. But the best part of this channel is you guys, and I just can never express the way that you guys have really lifted me up in the last 2 years. I have so many of your comments taped to my wall by my desk. Like, you guys truly mean the world to me. I have made some wonderful friendships throughout my time here on YouTube as well, and I cannot wait to see like what the future holds, not only for me personally but for our community as well. So this giveaway is my way of saying thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and my dreams, and for being some of the most supportive people I have ever met in my whole entire life. It truly does mean the world to me. So all of the information to enter this giveaway will again be posted down below in a pinned comment, and I will also put it in my description box. Okay, so now back to the eyeshadow. Like I was saying, I am so in love with this look, and I created it with my I haven't used this one yet, but I could probably comfortably say this is my favorite. I am so familiar with the Unearthly formula, and this is freaking incredible. So this one retails for $42 US, and as I said, I did get these in PR. Now, if you haven't picked them up yet and you decide that you want to, you can use my code. It is AOML, and it will save you 10%. My code is affiliated, so if you choose to use it, I really do appreciate it. Okay, so this palette is packed full of the most grungy, gorgeous mustards, and I love them so much. But you have 4 beautiful shimmers, 3 of which are multi-chromes. One has like multi-chrome glitters in them, which are really stunning as well. And then this bright pop of color in the middle, which I love as well. But I think it's beautiful. Okay, so moving on to Shadowed Petal. This one is beautiful as well. The shimmers in here are so gorgeous, so high shine. You have this really gorgeous, like, light pink icy shade that's breathtaking. So this one retails for $32 US, and the reason for that is because while you do have a duochrome, you do not have multi-chromes in this one, which does lower the price on it. But she is beautiful, and I hope you guys really do enjoy the swatches of both of these. If I had to pick a favorite, it's probably going to be the Murky Meadow, simply because I love grungy color stories. I love the deep, dark depth that you can get in both palettes though. Before we get into look number 1, also know all of the products that are on my face in both looks will be linked down below in my description box. If any of my links are affiliated, they will always be marked with an asterisk. That way you guys know. But with all of that being said, let's get into the part where I create this look. I am so excited to get into today's video, not only because I've been dying to try this palette, but also because of the giveaway. I'm so excited. I cannot believe it's been almost 2 years since I started my channel. It's one of the best decisions I have ever made, and I'm so excited. But before we get into the palette, I did want to tell you what is on my cheeks. So I did another blush combo. This one is from DANESSA MYRICKS. It's in the shade Spice Latte, and I topped it with the evocative blush in the shade Risky Raisin from SINGE Beauty. Love the combo, but it paired so well. Like this highlight It's one from BLACKMOON Cosmetics. This is in the shade Glowworm. It goes so well with this freaking palette. I mean, but I did do a little topping situation. And I used the shade here, Frosted Foliage, from the palette. It's got like that yellow, bright yellow, but there's like a peachy undertone to it as well. It's freaking stunning. And last, for lips, I did my ABH lip liner in the shade Cool Brown, and I topped it with my lipstick from BLACKMOON Cosmetics in the shade Cider. I've been loving that one as well, and I'm always in the mood to wear some kind of a mustard shade. So when I say this palette is right up my freaking alley, I mean it. It's about to be so fun. So every part of me, I'm only going to be able to do one look with each palette for this video, but every part of me really wants to do this throughout the whole crease, like really focused on the inner corner, and this in like in the crease to deepen up. Just those two colors with this on the lid, but for the sake of trying out more of the shades, just so I can give you guys my thoughts on it, I wanted to do something else. But I am going to do that color combo, and I'm going to do it very soon, and if I do, I will film it for a video or a reel because I know it's going to be good. But I did want to give you guys more thoughts on this than what just those three shades would allow. So let's start out with the Singe Beauty E06, and we're still going to start out with Haunted Hollow. These shimmers in this palette are so freaking glorious. Oh, I also used glitter glue from, not glitter glue, a color and cover from Diverune in the shade White to help make this color like really pop. In the giveaway thing also, I don't know if I'm gonna tell everything that's in this in the intro, but in case I don't, I also put one of my favorite glitter glues and my white pigment paints in the giveaway box as well, and it's from Bella Beauty Bar, and you guys know they are also a favorite. So I put a bunch of my favorites in there. The Moth to a Flame highlighter, I love that one too, and I'm excited for other people to get to experience them. I am going to use this little brush from Adept. I finally got these in. This is in the shade E60. And I think I'm going to like them. I don't like the shorter handles though, unfortunately. I like a brush with a longer handle. Your girl's got man hands, so I really need a longer handled brush. But I will say these are super soft. I love the face brushes I picked up, and this little detail blending, pencil brush is going to be awesome. They look really detailed, so for that aspect I am excited. I do think that I will like some of those shapes. And look how bright she is. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay, so now I want to go in with Murky Meadow, this mustardy shade right here in the top. And I'm going to take this all the way throughout the crease. The brush I'm using is the E18 from that same Adept collection. And it's a nice little blending brush. It's just so weird for me to make my hands like that small. I'm going to switch over to the E08 from Singe. This one is going to allow me to really pack that color on and blend out at the same time. So I just cleaned off this E60 brush, and I'm going to use that same shade and just run this down here as well. I'm probably going to end up using all 5 matte shades in this look. You definitely don't need to do all that, but I love a gradient, so I think I'm going to love it. So in the Zoom call I had with Angelica and people that are going on the Greece trip, recommended the book Fate Inked in Blood. I think she's recommended it on her stories too. And she gave it like a 5-star. And she doesn't give 5 stars like haphazardly. So I was like, you know what? Let's read it. And this is just a beware if you have not read it yet, but you've been eyeing it. It is such a freaking great book. But do yourself a favor and wait until book 2 comes out in May before you read it, because it has one of the biggest cliffhangers I've ever seen. Oh, it's driving me crazy. I'm switching to the E14, and I was just using that shade Haunted Hollow to kind of bring it up and over and around. But it has such a big cliffhanger at the end, and I finished reading it today, and I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with my life now until May? Oh, I love these together even more than I thought I was going to. These mattes are so freaking stunning. We're going to move on now, though, to the next shade, which is Twisted Roots. And I'm just using the E06 again. That way I can really pack this color in the crease. This is going to be such a fun look. And like I was saying earlier, and I think I got sidetracked as usual, the shimmers in this are so stunning, so sparkly. I don't know, like, I feel like they're even more sparkly than what they usually are, which is a crazy thing to think. Like, do you see that? It's insane. Oh, and Bella Beauty Bar showed the Green Goddess cover today, and it's freaking stunning. I'm so excited. I have such high hopes. And then Angelica posted a look in her story today that was kind of green, but it had like this pastel minty inner corner pop, and it said it was from an upcoming release that hasn't been announced yet, and I'm kind of wondering if that's the palette. I hope so. That could be really pretty. Either way, I mean, I have to have those colors together. I never thought about pairing them together. It was like a sage green and a mint. It's really pretty. Okay, so now to the next shade, Ominous Oak. And I'm doing that on a Sigma E55, or E25, my bad. And I'm just going to run this through the crease just to deepen a smidgen. I'm going to take that same deep brown shade on this little brush from Adept. This is the E2, and it's so tiny, like a really tiny smudging brush. And we are going to use this little brush to run this along the lower lash line. I swear to you, Unearthly Cosmetics has some of the best mattes I have ever tried. They are so freaking wonderful. I don't even know how anything could ever be better. They're incredible. One of my top favorites. Okay, so lastly, I want to add some of the black Silent Woods. And I'm doing that on this teeny tiny E8. I'm going to start down here. Oh yeah. I'm going to have to do like some type of a mixing situation for liner today, because I really want it to be like this. So I think I'm going to like mix yellow with something to try to get this look. Maybe yellow and green. I don't know. Let me switch over to this brush. That doesn't really work well for the lower lash line. This is the E2. There we go. And then I'll use this to kind of blend out. Then I'm going to switch over to the E16 and go into that same shade and add some depth or more depth to the outer corner. I don't know, this might be too like lightly packed for me to use out here. Now if you wanted to just add a little bit of depth, this brush would be perfect for that, but that is not I. So I'm going to switch over to the Singe Beauty E10. I'm trying to show it to you upside down. Yeah, see, it just packs more of a punch. These are more densely packed. And even though they are very similar shapes, like I said, the one from Singe is more densely packed. So it allows you to lay down more color. Okay, so now I want to take this little flat brush, the E62, and go back into that really bright shade. And I want to make sure this is like packed on really good here at the front part of this lid. And off of camera, because my battery died, I didn't realize it, I used a larger blending brush and took that same shade around the edges of this. I feel like it really just pulls that color into the look even more. Now, I want to go back in with some of my primer paint that I used. And I just put some on the back of my hand. Do you remember when the dog scratched me and I told you it would scar? It did. And I've been putting scar gel and vitamin E oil on it since it happened. Like 2 days after, because I had to wait until it closed. But yeah, I know it would scar, which freaking sucks. I accidentally took that up a little high. I'll have to fix that. But I just want to use this right here. Okay, so now I want to use Singe Beauty E09, and I want to go back into that center shade, and I want to add some of this like right here. I think it could be fun. Just freaking pops on that white. Oh, I love that. I'll have to like use some of the deeper shades to make it blend, you know. But I do think that's really pretty. Now I'll just go back in with the black and just feather it into that yellow. That way it's all nice and blended. I'm going to put shimmer like there so I don't need to cover the rest of that white. Now I'm going to go in with my Shine On Shimmer primer, and I just put some on the back of my hand, and I'll use my, what brush? Let's do the E01. I'll use that to really tap this out onto the lid. And I'm not putting it on that yellow there. I think I just want to probably, let me see, it's hard to decide. I think I want to just do the light shade, and if I change my mind I can add more stuff, but I think it might make the most sense, so we will see. I'm just going to use that same Singe Beauty E01 to pick this up. I love this shade. It's so pretty. Works beautifully as a highlighter too, I think. Ooh, and when put on this yellow, it turns it more yellow. That is so stunning. Ooh, I love this so much. That's so beautiful. Let's see, I need another Singe E01. I want one that's dry so I can go back into that shade and just pop some of this here on the inner corner. I'm also going to take some of that on the side of the brush and put that here. So the last thing I want to do, I want to take this, ooh, I just stuck my nail in this. I want to take this deep brown Ominous Oak on that little smudging brush that I was using, and I just want to run this shade along the lower lash line and really just smudge it out. Yeah, I really feel like that made that come together even more. I'm going to take more of it though and do the same thing like most of the way in on the lower lash line too. Yeah. I just feel like it really makes sense. I love this so much. I think this look turned out so beautiful. So just for a final touch, I'm picking up more of that shade, Haunted Hollow, and just running it all around on the eye, just to make sure everything's like nice and blended. Actually, let's take a little bit of the shimmer that I just used on an E07 and do some brow bone highlight. I said brown bone. Yeah, that's pretty. But one thing I want to do, I want to go into this palette and just grab a matte white. Of course, you don't have to have this palette for a matte white if you are recreating this, but I think I want to add some of this here to the inner corner to add a little more brightness. It's beautiful. I love this so much. I can't wait to see what it looks like all finished, but I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I am back with the finished look, and I don't know about you guys, but I am so in love with this eye look. I think it is so freaking beautiful. It came together so well. So I did change out the lip combo to products from Unearthly Cosmetics as well. I love their lip liners. I have all of them. So I did the one in the shade Char. It's like a deeper brown, but I did a little mixing situation with the lipsticks. So the shade Kaylina has a little bit of yellow in it, and I knew that it would go good with this eye, but I wanted something darker. So I did a layer of Kaylina, and then I went over it with Danielle and mixed the two and came out with this, and I love it so much. I think it goes so well with the eye look. I'm really here for this. I'm kind of glad that I didn't go with my gut instinct on just using those 3 shades, and I allowed myself to use all 5 mattes and 1 shimmer. I still want to try out the other 3 because they are so sparkly and beautiful, but all in all, I think this is a really cool eye look. If you guys happen to recreate it, please let me know down below. And for liner, I did a whole bunch of mixing situations for liner. So I started out with the ColourPop liner in the shade Exit. It's the white, and I did that along the whole waterline. And then I went over the back half with the black from Melt, and in the front half I went over it with the shade Afterlife from Melt. I really love the shade called Tura, I think it's called. It's like a mustard from them, but it's like sold out. I think it's discontinued. It's not even on the site anymore. But this shade Afterlife is gorgeous too. So I did that in the front half, and then I went over it with the yellow from Glisten, and it gave me the green that I was looking for, like that yellowish green pop. And I think it turned out so good. But for mascara, I used my Tower 28. And for lashes, I did my Bright Lash in the style Adorn. And I love these ones so much. I think they go so well with the eye look. But I'm excited to play with this palette tomorrow and see how I feel about it. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. Don't forget to tell me what you think of this one down below. I'm so excited to create a look with this one today, but before we get into that, I just wanted to go over what's on my cheeks. So I did 2 of the Unearthly Cosmetics Paranormal Plush Cream Blush. I love the name of them. It just like rolls off the tongue. But I did the shade Wilted Blossom. I don't know if these have restocked yet. I really hope they do. soon, but I'm excited to see like what other colors she comes out with. But here we have Wilted Blossom, and I love this one. This is in the shade Blood Moon. I did like a little I did a little bit of the deeper color like towards the back, but because I did put the Moth to a Flame highlight in the giveaway box, I did want to show you like what it looks like on the cheeks, and I think it is beautiful. So for lips, I did my ABH lip liner in the shade Muted Mauve, and I did my matte liquid lip from Unearthly in the shade Moonlit Mauve. So many of her lipsticks go so well with this palette. This is from the Dreamer collection. I love this formula. It's another one I really hope to see her bring back as well. So now let's get into this. I did want to take a little bit of this shade and use it as highlight, like do a double whammy situation. This is my favorite highlighting brush. It's from Sigma. It is the F03. I kind of go between this one and the one from Singe. But I did want to just see, like, yes, she is icy. And I wanted it to have a little more brightness, like right there. We actually are doing a bunch of errands today. I finally got my passport for the Greece trip, and they put the wrong date of birth on there. I literally wanted to scream because I went through hell to get that passport, and as much of the information you have to have a passport, like, it's worse than getting your driver's license. You would think they would have had enough copies of my date of birth to not get it wrong. And now I have to go do it all over again, which is fabulous. But we have a bunch of other errands and stuff we have to go do today. So I do kind of have to hurry, but I'm excited to create a look with this. I'm still not 100% on like what I want to do exactly. So we're just going to wing it, like kind of like how we did yesterday. And that seemed to work out. So fingers crossed this one does as well. So today I didn't use any kind of primer. I just did my concealer because I was feeling a little lazy. So I think I want to start out with the shade Serene Whisper. I really cannot wait to use these two palettes together. That would be so fun. So today that I'm filming this is actually April 1st. And the April Fool's jokes going on with these indie brands right now are hilarious. I think Laminatrix takes the cake. They posted this really gorgeous palette that I would love, and let me go look it up. It's so funny. I'll pop a picture up on the screen in case you guys missed it. It is called Tones of Turd. And tell me why I am so in love with this color story. It's not even funny, but the shade names are hilarious. I literally laughed so hard. I was like, man, first I kind of got excited. I mean, the shade names are a little cringe, a little gross, but I was excited because I love the freaking color story so much. But I am just gonna build this shade up along the crease. I swear, these shimmers in these palettes feel like even more sparkly than what they usually do. In my opinion, they're just so gorgeous. And Unearthly does one of my favorite like 9 pans in my whole collection. I really love Unearthly's 9 pans, and I really love Fantasy Cosmetics as well. They really just know how to do an interesting 9 pan. Now, out of the two, my favorite color story is yesterday's, the Murky Meadow, because not only do I really love the undertones and stuff, it also because it doesn't feel as monochromatic to me as this one does. So I just cleaned off the E06, and now I want to dip into Faded Memory. And I just want to press this here. This is the same exact color as my lip, which is awesome. Now we're going to take an E08 and go back into Serene Whisper. And I kind of want to just build this shade up and make it go up a little higher. This eye look is probably going to be like really easy. So now I want to go in with that shade again on an E03, and I'm just going to blend this out. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the lower lash line, and I'll be right back. Okay, so for the sake of using it, let's use this white Celestial Silk. This white is hella pigmented, which honestly I expected nothing less. Like, I barely even tapped. We're going to just do this in the inner corner using the E01. Okay, so next I want to use the E27 from Sigma, and we're going to do Velvet Bloom. Ooh, yes. I love this color because it's like the perfect shade of like black and brown, but it kind of looks like soot. I feel like if you put this on a neutral shade, it would pull more brown, but on this shade, it's pulling a little bit purple as well. It's a very beautiful shade. There's one similar to it in Angelica's collab with Odin's Eye, the first one, the Hella palette, which is still a favorite. Ooh, that's such a good spring palette too. I should have put that in my spring palette video. I love that one. Okay, so I went ahead and got the other eye caught up off camera, and now we're going to do shimmers, and I'm going to start out with the Cleona Shine On. It's one of my faves. I love it so much. And I'm going to use my finger to just apply it to the lid. Okay, so I think I have an idea for what I want to do. My voice is getting raspy again. It's freaking allergy season, guys. I'm dreading it. But let's talk about the look. I think I want to do Midnight Blossom first. And I just love this shade. It's very cool toned, but really pretty. And I feel like it's going to go perfect for the look that I think I'm envisioning. I say I think because I'm still not completely sure. That shade is so stunning. Now, I do know I really want to use the icy shade that I used on the cheeks, Twilight Rose, but the question is, what do I do right here? So, I'm thinking either Ethereal Blush, which could be good, or this one, which could also be good. So, I'm adding a little bit of glitter glue to an E01 from Singe. And then we're going to go into Lush Desire. This is a really pretty, like, it's at least a duo, maybe a multichrome. I think it's a duo, though. This one doesn't have multichromes in it, I don't think. But beautiful nonetheless. Yes, this is what I was going for. I think I'm going to take this one all the way in, though. And I love, like, that pop of, like, almost gunmetal shade. But it's not gunmetal. I don't know how I would describe it. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm not very good at describing colors, like, at all. I am getting some fallout, but this is because I am not spraying my brush. And I know better. Now I'm just kind of going to use these two shades to go like back and forth in between them to get them to layer nicely. I love that. I think that's so pretty. I'm currently listening to One Dark Window, and it's really freaking good, guys. Highly recommend if you like fantasy like I do. But now we're going to do Twilight Rose. I just wiped the brush off on my Sigma switch. This Sigma switch is such a freaking lifesaver. I love it so much. It keeps you from like dirtying so many brushes, and I just think it's so awesome. If you haven't invested in one, I do recommend it. I think there are like some off-brand ones as well. Maybe if you like go look on Amazon, but the Sigma switch is also available on Amazon. But if you decide to pick one up, I do have a code with Sigma, and it works on their site. Now I'm kind of going back and forth between that really icy shade and the shade Lush Desire that I put here, because it's making it pink, but it's lighter. It's a lighter pink. I also want to add some to this as well. I'm going to use the edge of the E01 to pick up some more of that Lush Desire shade. I'm going to plop some of this down here. And I want to do a similar thing to what I did yesterday. I'm going to use this little smudging brush from Adept, the E2. Pick up more of that deep shade. And I want to smudge this at the lower lash line. I think I might do black mascara. I didn't mean mascara. Although I will be doing black mascara, but I think I'm going to do some black liner today. And this is the look. I'm going to go try to get my eyes to stop watering and do mascara, liner, and all of the things. And I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. And I'm going to talk about the palettes. I am back with the finished look, and I love the way this turned out so much. I feel like my eye color is like really popping with this color on the lid, and I think the whole overall look is so stunning. But I wanted to tell you, for liner, I used the black pot liner from Melt, and I love it. I used a little smudging brush like this one from Cleona, and did like liner up top and then on the bottom as well, and smudged a little there, and then I just used a pencil brush and the shade to help smudge that out, and I love the way that it turned out. I think it's so beautiful. So for mascara, I did the one from Tower 28. And my lashes are from Bright Lashes. This is in the style Lush. And I've had these ones for quite a while, but I cannot wait to get another pair because these are on their last legs and I don't want to not have these. These might be one of my favorites from the brand, and I think they are so beautiful. Well, you guys, I had so much fun in today's video. Out of the two palettes, this one is definitely my favorite. I love this color story. You guys know I love grungy looks, but to have this pop in the center really just takes it up a notch. The shimmers are so stunning as well. It does not feel monochromatic to me, and that's something else that I really love, and I think it's the bright pop, but maybe it's also because I can do a mustard monochromatic, you know what I mean? I could do that all day. This is just so freaking stunning, and the Unearthly formula is truly top notch. They have one of the best matte formulas I've ever used, and some of the most beautiful, like high shine, thin, silky shimmers that I feel like are on the market, and I love them so much. So with this one, this is beautiful. I like it, but it's not my favorite simply because the color story just doesn't vibe with me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love this look, and I feel like this would be a good palette for like everyday effortless types of looks, but I like eye looks with a twist, so that is why I do prefer this one over this one. But with that being said, this is fantastic quality. I also love that both of these go from really light to really dark. It makes them really fun to play with, especially if you like looks like I like with a lot of depth and contrast. I think that's super fun. So all in all, I am happy to have these, and I had so much fun creating looks with them, and I cannot wait for us to figure out who wins the giveaway. That's going to be so awesome. So don't forget, all of the details will be in the description box and in a pinned comment. If I can't fit it in the description box, then it'll just be in a pinned comment. But before we go, I did want to say again that thank you guys so much. You guys mean the world to me, and being here and meeting all of you has truly just changed my life and impacted it in ways that I cannot ever express. And I hope that I can always find ways to tell you guys how much you mean to me and how grateful I am for all of the love and support you have shown me. I did not even know that this amount of support was like ever existed, and it's such a wonderful thing, and I am so grateful. But keep in mind, if you're not subscribed, you might want to do that if you plan on entering the giveaway. Even if you don't, I hope to see you back in the future. I do have a bunch of fun videos coming up that I cannot wait to get into. But again, thank you guys so much for everything, and if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out, and until next time, bye.